So you clicked on this video thinking, if I buy cheaper drum gear, does that make me a better or a worse drummer? Hi, my name is Joseph, and I want to talk about that question. I want to talk about cheaper drum gear. Now, I am a sucker for good deals. I am a sucker for cheaper drum gear, cheaper drum parts, cheaper cymbals, cheaper snares. Now, why do I sometimes like to dive into that area of cheaper gear? Well, because I'm not rich, right? I don't have all the money that I wish I did to splurge on drum gear. Now, I like to do as much as I can with what I have. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about cymbals, I want to talk about snares and drum gear that is typically on the cheaper end, but you can actually get really good sound out of it. First, I want to talk about cymbals. All cymbals are made out of copper. Now, it depends on where they're manufactured and how much copper and tin is put into each cymbal. If you go ahead and Google what are cymbals made out of, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I want to talk about specifically one brand that I actually went ahead and I purchased myself off of Guitar Center, and that is the brand name of Stagg CYMBALS. Now, I got this cymbal pack for about 60 bucks. It came with a pair of 14-inch hi-hats and a 18-inch crash. Now, I didn't get the 18-inch crash, actually. When I got it shipped to me, I only got the cymbals, the hi-hat cymbals, but I didn't get the crash. And I was going to go ahead and I was going to call Guitar Center and request that they send it to me, but I thought, you know what, I'm not going to bother. I actually have this Meinl 18-inch crash lying around from another kit that I had, and I thought these look very similar in how they sound. They look very similar in lathing, right? It looks like they're made probably from like the same factory, just thrown with a different label on them, and I thought, let's go ahead and use that. I also have this 20-inch generic Tama ride. They probably, like, again, they're very similar in look, very similar in sound, and the reason why I'm throwing this all together is because this cymbal pack, which I can't find online anymore for some reason, but you can probably find something very similar. I got it for 60 bucks. 60 bucks for a 14-inch hi-hat set and an 18-inch crash, and I got this 20-inch ride for 20 bucks. It was a used cymbal, but again, they all sound very similar. I got a full cymbal set for under 100 bucks. So who would I recommend this cymbal set to? Have you ever seen this type of cymbal before? No brand name, no nothing, just a cheap, flimsy cymbal that I could bend with my hands. I've used cymbals like this time and time again. What do I recommend you do with those? Get rid of them, toss them, throw them away. Why? Eventually you're gonna have to upgrade. Eventually you're gonna have to buy new hi-hats and new crashes or new rides, because those cymbals are just gonna bend, they're gonna warp, they're gonna break. You're not gonna get any sort of use of them, and plus the sound is pretty bad. Those are stock cymbals, they're generic cymbals, get rid of them. If you have 100 bucks to spare, right? Do your research. Find the cymbal set that maybe comes already with hi-hats, a crash, and a ride, and you're good to go. Any brand name that sells a like stock pack with hi-hats and crashes and rides, you're gonna be good to go. You're already gonna get a better sound. You're already gonna upgrade your sound by doing so. Now, if you have a bit more money to spend and you can go up in price, right, and you have a slightly bigger budget, I recommend going for it, because these cymbals are gonna change your sound. Now, wherever I go, I take my red cymbals with me. The reason why I do so is because drums you can tune, right? But cymbals you can't. And I've been to some places where they have some pretty bad cymbals, some pretty beat up cymbals, and I get it, you know, like, sometimes there's just not enough money to invest into certain things around the church, but I always take my cymbals. I feel comfortable taking my cymbals. I love my sound, and that's why I take them. Now, I'm gonna throw in a bonus for you guys. Now, it was actually a bundle I got when I purchased a used drum set, and it came with this snare. Now, when I did my research on it, I was fairly surprised. This is a 13x3 groove percussion steel piccolo snare. Now, the reason why I'm so intrigued by this is because, one, it's a steel snare, two, it's a steel piccolo snare, and three, it's a size 13, so you get a smaller sound. So you get a smaller size, but you still get a full sound, and you'll know what I'm talking about. This is gonna run you about 50 to 60 bucks, I believe. They sell them on Amazon. and honestly, I'm very, very impressed. Now, the first thing I did was I went ahead and I changed the drum head on it because it came with this very thin, very plasticky like drum head. And I went ahead and I just threw in this extra 13-inch that I had lying around, and it changed the sound completely. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna play a song for you guys with this cheap cymbal set, with this cheaper snare. And I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Does it sound good? Does it sound bad? Am I recommending this for a beginner or an advanced player? Really, I recommend this for anybody. I'm not gonna say I'm a professional, right? But I've been drumming for a long time, almost 18 years now. And I've played on almost everything. And even I would recommend this for someone like myself. Mostly because I want to dive into like just different sounds. What can I get out of what I have? Again, you have to make use of what you have. You have to make use if you have cheap cymbals, right? That's fine. Just know how to use them. Get that sound out of them and say, okay, if I ride too much on this cymbal, it ends up sounding too dry or too pingy or something. Hit it in a different way. Move your cymbals at a different angle. You're gonna get a different sound. I almost guarantee it. So go ahead and enjoy this drum cover. I think you know this song as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Jesucristo, bienvenido a este